when I was a kid growing up, and I'd go to church on Sundays down the shore with my father. He's the one who took those days. My mother had not yet been converted. She was a very strong Italian Catholic, but her Sundays were devoted to cooking, because when they came home from church, you got to eat. So my cousins, my uncle, my father and brother and so on, would all go to church and come back and have a feast. Typical Sunday, but feast. Then eventually things changed, and the church promulgated the Sunday evening masses and the Saturday evening masses, and my mother got converted. She came back to church on a Sunday. She was never away from church. She was always close to it, because she brought us into it and showed us how to live the faith. So when I would go to church and I would hear this particular parable, any parable about Jesus planting seeds and fishing, I used to think that the church put those readings during the summer, because that's what people did during the summer. You went on the shore, you went on a boat, you played by the seaside, and those of us who did so would plant seeds. My grandmother, my father and I, definitely early spring, we'd plant our seeds, we'd plant our mint and our basilico and tomatoes and all that, and watch them grow. So we knew how to take care of the soil. My grandmother would put fertilizers, and my father would he smoked cigars, chop up his cigars at the end of the week and use that as fertilizer. So I don't know if they all worked, but we had good fruit. So when I would hear this kind of a parable, I said, isn't it interesting that the church was wise enough to throw the parables of Jesus at the shore or seed planting during the summer? Because then we can go home and put them into action, realize how effective the words of the Gospels were. I was wrong. The church did not put these readings during the summer for the sake of Summerfest. It didn't happen. Okay, as you know, the way the lectionary is composed, it's composed in a 3-year cycle, and where these readings fall in the 3-year cycle have nothing to do with the weather, the calendar year. That it's the liturgical year. So we're on a roll now with Matthew's gospel. Matthew likes to tell parables. He shouldn't say that. I should say Matthew liked to record the parables and save the parables of Jesus. Now, I don't know where you stand and where the church stands on this new movie that's out, The Chosen. It's a television. The character who plays Matthew is unique. He's autistic, so he's on the spectrum, which gives him a certain gift and a certain lack of connection with people. But he's very, very bright, and he's organized. And in the parable of in The Chosen, it shows Matthew watching Jesus and taking out his little notebook and writing things down. And you think about that. I wasn't there. Is that how it happened? I don't know. Is that how the creator of The Chosen made it happen? Yes. It doesn't matter. It happened.